Hello guys, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Welcome back. It's that time again, isn't it? These weeks seem to be flying by like crazy. Nonetheless, here we are, having a nice cold beer. And I don't really have, anything specific planned for this week, but I think I can pull stuff out of thin air a little bit. I've been the other day I actually first of all, this is, you're probably wondering what this is. It's just Cooper's what is this one? Oh yeah, Canadian Blonde. Actually, excuse me, it's carbonated. Burping here. I actually put quite a bit of maltodextrin in this beer, so we'll see how it turns out. It's just been kegged 2 nights ago, so still has to acclimate and get nice fine bubbles and whatnot and clear up a bit, but it tastes good. It's quite refreshing, especially on the hot days that we've been having around here. Over 100 degrees Fahrenheit temperatures, 35, 40, 45 degrees Celsius. Yeah, it's been hot. The pool in the backyard, we got sort of a small pool just for the kids, 15-foot round or 2.5 foot deep or whatever it is, and it took only a day for that thing to get so warm. When you get in it, it's like a bath. That's how hot it's hot here in southern Ontario, Canada. Somebody said to me the other day, he said, how can it be that hot in Canada? Canada's cold. How can it be 105 degrees in Canada? You don't understand. Canada is a big country, and we have a south and a north, just like the states do. Southern United States, northern United States. We have southern Canada, northern Canada. And southern Canada is very close to. Well, it's particularly where I live. In southern Ontario, if you look at a map, we're actually quite low. In fact, there's quite a few states in the U.S. that are more north than where I live right now. And so they probably get colder temperatures than I do, even though I live in Canada. The stereotype about Canada is that it's always cold. Not true. We have summers here that are hotter than all get out, and that's the truth of the matter. Of course, northern Canada, well, it's colder up there. It's farther from, the equator. So, all you gotta do is look at a map, you'll understand. Now, we have air conditioning in the house, so we're fine in here. But when you walk outside, it's like, holy, it's like walking into an oven, seriously. So, anyway, for that reason, I'm not doing a lot of elaborate home brewing right now. For the last few months, I've just been doing kits because I don't want to spend 5 hours making beer and so that I can brew it at 74 degrees Fahrenheit. That's not my reason for brewing beer initially was to save money, and I do enjoy the hobby. I love making beer from scratch and putting in fresh hops and all that stuff, using all the grains, and trying different yeasts and all that stuff. But right now, it's all about pipeline. It's all about keeping it available to me, so I don't have to go out and spend an arm and leg buying it. When the fall hits and it gets cooler, then I'll start getting more serious and doing some real cool stuff again, and I'll be anxious to do that. Looking forward to it. So, but the yeast that comes with the Cooper's kits is very forgiving as far as temperature goes. They formulate it that way on purpose so that people who can't control. I could get the big Rubbermaid container and put ice water and ice bottles in there and whatnot, but I guess I'm too lazy. I'm not willing to really spend that amount of time and effort doing it. I got YouTube is taking up a lot of my time. As a matter of fact, I'm sitting here thinking, the other day I thought, what did I do before YouTube? What did I do before all this, in my spare time before I was on YouTube? And I can't remember. I actually don't know. I must have been bored out of my skull. I do remember when I first started on YouTube, my computer was upstairs in the living room. It wasn't down here. But I don't think I made any videos up there. It was mostly playing the drums, and I think I did my first Craig's Kitchen fairly early on, which there'll be more of, by the way. Craig's Kitchen videos, I'm not giving up on. I love doing those videos. They are a lot of work. They take time, and I want my stuff to be quality, so it has to be done right. So I don't just set up, willy-nilly and do it. It's got to be done properly, and I take pride in that. So when I do a video, it's a big deal. As a matter of fact, the other night, I did a homebrew video, Mexican cerveza, Cooper's. It's kind of like a brewing 101 for beginners, kind of like going back to basics to get all the new subscribers who are just getting started into home brewing, so that they can see, because I've got the original series posted, but it's pretty old. It's pretty kind of outdated, so I've thought about redoing some of those videos. And so I did that, and the interesting part about that is I was live on JTV while I was doing that. So I think you can still see the camera back behind me there. It's still sitting there. I had a camera live on JTV while I was making the video. So they got to see, all the starts and stops and all the stuff in between, bloopers that occurred, real time, and all the setup and moving things around and getting stuff ready for each take and whatnot. And it was, I think it was pretty interesting for some of the people that were watching there. So that video will be up probably within the week, if not sooner. Okay, so I have to edit it. It's got to be edited, and I want to do a top-notch editing job on it. So yeah, we'll be patient. It'll be there, and that. So, but no, before YouTube, what was I doing? I don't know. What were you doing before YouTube? I was when I was younger, much younger, when I was living at home, I used to channel surf, late at night. I would pick up like Letterman and shows like that, and then later after all that, instead of going off the air, they play the infomercials. Those infomercials, I used to love those things. They were the Ron Popeil infomercials. They were the best. I used to sit there and marvel over how these people were able to bullshit the viewers into buying their products. Just the way they used to do it with the knives, the slicers, the set it and forget it. Although my mom has one of those, and actually she loves that thing. But what's your favorite infomercial? Do you guys remember? That's what you can post down in the comments. Your favorite infomercial that you can remember from back then when you used to watch it. Maybe they're still on. I don't know. We don't have television anymore. We don't watch it. So they might still be on. I'm not sure. Maybe I should hook mine up and just check it out one night. But I used to love the Ginsu knives where they used to cut a tin can in half and then slice a tomato, And they used to say, it cuts a tin can in half and you can still slice the hair off the back of a flea. I remember all that stuff. I used to love that. But now my channel surfing is YouTube. Apart from, organizing my playlists, answering questions, responding to comments, editing videos, of course, and all that. I do watch a lot of YouTube as well. And it's my new television. I love it. And some of the things I like to look up on YouTube are, I love my food videos. I love my cooking stuff, my cooking videos that I watch. There's two that I really love. Actually, three. Well, there's four. Oh, I don't know. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put a list of about a half a dozen non-home brewing channels that I love to watch on YouTube on a regular basis. How's that sound? Okay. I love my cooking stuff. Not mine, but this other cooking videos that are on YouTube. There's this one guy who's from Australia. He takes things apart. He's an electronics engineer, and I love electronics. I've taken stuff apart since I was a little kid. And this guy, he explains every component, and if you like electronics, or if you're curious and like to see what's inside of things, he took apart a camcorder, like a modern camcorder, and he explained all the different chips and all the different parts, right down to the CMOS image sensor. I find that fascinating. I love this guy. He gets criticized a little bit about his voice, because he talks kind of like this. He's very, expressive. He talks kind of high. That's ridiculous. I don't care how the guy talks. He's very motivated and expressive about what he's doing. And so be it. Why do people have to be so critical and criticize stupid things like that? I love the guy. He's good. And maybe we can get him into brewing his own beer because he's from Australia. So hey, there you go. But I'll put links down in the comments to maybe a half a dozen of my favorite non-brewing YouTube channels that I watch regularly. And maybe you guys, if you're interested, or if you're anything like me, you can subscribe to those as well and check them out. But come back to here though. Don't just take off and go watch them. You got to come back to watch my stuff too. Just promise me that. One of the topics I love to look up on YouTube is vinyl records. These things, these old. Love looking up videos about that. People talk about vinyl. There's documentaries. There's information about turntables. There's information about the cartridges, that we use. This is the one I use right now. This is Stanton. I can't remember the model, but I'll put it in the thing there. And just, stuff about old audio components. This one guy, he collects old retro audio, video, hardware, computers, and he explains how they all work. He shows all the features. I love that guy. He's a good lad as well. One of my favorite channels I love. So they're all down below in the comments, or in the info section there. I'm pretty much done here. I think I've filled up my time. If you want to buy a t-shirt, it's tgtshirts.com. I'm wearing my white one today. And we're also we're actually in the process of designing aprons, Craig's Kitchen aprons, because definitely there will be more Craig's Kitchen videos coming up. And I know I want one for sure, so we have to design them, and we will make them available. If you guys want one too, you can go ahead and buy it. I appreciate you buying the shirts. The sales have been going phenomenal. Everyone's happy with them, and tgtshirts.com has been excellent. They have been absolutely amazing at manufacturing product, getting product out, and just being there for the people who have questions or issues and whatnot. I couldn't be happier with the way things are going with it. So cheers to tgtshirts.com, and that's where you can find the shirts as well. Guys, I'm out. I've used up all my time. Go watch some other Homebrew Wednesday videos. There's lots out there. Thanks to SJ Poor for inventing the concept. I'm going to drink the rest of my beer and go watch some good old YouTube. Hope to see you Friday on justin.tv/CraigTube. And I'm out. Be safe. Cheers.